What's up guys, Perry from Rockville here, and today I'm going to show you how to set up the RWM-ICE. So everything comes with this protective case right here, so let's open it up and see what's inside. So it comes with the two wireless microphones that are covered in these faux diamonds to really make you stand out during your performance. You also get a receiver so that you can connect these microphones wirelessly. You also get these antennas to connect to your receiver, a power cable to power your receiver, a 1/4-inch cable to connect your receiver to any mixer, speaker, etc. And it also comes with 4 batteries, so you can use 2 per microphone. So first, let's take a look at the back of the receiver. As you can see, it comes with these 2 antenna ports, which we can use with the included antennas to strengthen the signal between the wireless microphones and the receiver. So to connect the antennas to the receiver, you're just going to take each antenna, and if you look inside, you'll see these grooves here, and you basically want to line up these grooves to the little nubs here on the ends of your antenna ports. So you're just going to line them up like this. From here, you're going to twist these antennas to the right until you hear that click, which will mean that the antennas are now connected to the receiver, and then you can raise them up however you see fit. And again, this will strengthen the connection between the wireless microphones and the receiver. On the back, we also have the 1/4-inch mic mix output so that we can connect this receiver to a powered speaker or to a channel on our mixer. And to connect the receiver to your speaker or mixer, you can use the included 1/4-inch cable here, and we're gonna get to that a bit later on. We also have 2 XLR outputs for microphone A and microphone B, and this is so that you can connect the receiver to 2 separate channels on your mixer so that you have more control over each microphone. We also have the power port to connect our power cable, so we're gonna go ahead and connect those now so that we can go back to the front of the receiver and use the power button to power on the receiver. And you'll now see that the display and the volume knobs for each microphone are illuminated, so we know we're good to go. Right next to the volume knobs for each microphone, we have the buttons to control the frequency channels that each mic is set to. We have an up and down button to cycle between frequencies manually, and then we have the set button to sync our microphone to the receiver or to scan for different frequencies automatically, but we're gonna circle back to that in a bit. So if you're ever experiencing any dropouts or interference while you're using your microphone with your receiver, we recommend setting these to different frequencies. Now there's a couple of ways we can do this. One way we can do that is by manually switching the frequencies with the up and down buttons like I mentioned before. So let's go through an example. Right here I have microphone A, which is set to the frequency 555.600, and you can validate that by checking the receiver here, and if you see in the middle the 555.600 frequency, you'll know that is matched with microphone A. Now say I wanted to change the frequency because of a dropout or interference, I can go to my receiver here on the microphone A side and use the up and down buttons to cycle between different frequencies. And as soon as I find one that I want to use, I'm going to press the set button here, and this is really important. You're going to want to take your microphone and hold it right up to the receiver as you're doing that. So hold the microphone up. Then you'll see that the display on your microphone starts to flash as it's set to the new frequency that we set on the receiver. So to recap, as soon as you find that new frequency, you're gonna press the set button while you have your microphone right up to the receiver like so, and then you'll see the display on the microphone flash to the new frequency. You'll just want to do this quickly because if you don't do this quick enough, it's going to switch back to the original frequency that we were trying to change. So that's the manual way of switching the frequency for your microphones, but there is another way that we can do this with the auto scan feature. The auto scan feature is great because it automatically sets your microphones to the clearest frequency possible. So to do this, you're gonna hold down the set button until you see on the display it sets to the scan mode, and then from there you can either press the up or down buttons, and then you'll see that it's going to automatically cycle between different frequencies. And after it sets to the frequency chosen by the receiver, you're gonna grab your microphone, press the set button, and again you're gonna wanna hold it up to the receiver like this. Then you'll see the display on the microphone flash with that new frequency set. So to recap, for the auto scan mode, we're gonna go to the set button for one of our microphones and hold it down. until you see the word scan pop up. Then you can use the up or down button to cycle to the cleanest frequency. Once it's set to that frequency, you can grab your microphone, press the set button again while holding the microphone up to your receiver like this, and then you'll see the display on your microphone flash to the new frequency, letting us know that we're all set. And now from here, we're able to continue our setup. So now we can go over how to set up our microphones. So to do that, we can just take one of our microphones. We're gonna look for the cap here at the bottom of the mic and unscrew it. You'll then see the battery compartment here on the back of the microphone. So you can take two of the included batteries and place them in with the positive side facing down. And as soon as you have the batteries inside, you can take your cap and screw it back onto the microphone. And now we can turn on our microphone by holding down the power button here. Then you'll see the display light up, letting us know that it's working. So the cool thing about the display here is that it will read what frequency it's set to, so you know which microphone goes to which channel here on your receiver. And you can also tell the battery life of the microphone. And another cool feature, if you just quick press the power button here on your mic, it will set the microphone to mute mode so that you won't hear anything coming from the microphone. And whenever you want to unmute the mic, you can just quick press the button again until you don't see that mute sign there, letting us know we can use the microphone again. And again, if you're not hearing anything coming out of your microphones right away, just be sure that the frequency on your mic is set to the same frequency as your receiver. And if you need to switch the frequencies, you can do that manually by using the up and down buttons or using the auto sync feature. So one of the ways we can use our mic system is with a powered speaker like the BPA-10 right here. So we're gonna connect the receiver to our speaker by using the included 1/4" cable. We're gonna take one end of the cable and plug it into the 1/4" output on the back of our receiver. Then we can plug the other end into the 1/4" input of our speaker. So now that we have everything connected, I'm going to power on my speaker. Next, I can raise the volume knob for my powered speaker, then raise the volume knob for one of my microphones or both of my microphones if we're gonna use both. And now if I talk into my microphone, check 1, 2, you should be able to hear my voice coming out of the speaker. Now, if you're having trouble hearing your microphone after you've connected the receiver to your powered speaker, you just want to make sure that the frequency listed on your first microphone is the same as the frequency listed for microphone A or B. For example, microphone A here is set to the frequency 555.600, which matches with the microphone A frequency here on the receiver. So again, you just want to make sure those are matching. And same thing goes for the second microphone. So you can see that the frequency is set to 574.300. And if I go to check the display here for microphone 2, yep, that is set to 574.300. And again, if you're not hearing anything coming out of your microphones right away, just be sure that the frequency on your mic is set to the same frequency as your receiver. And if you need to switch the frequencies, you can do that manually by using the up and down buttons or using the auto sync feature. So with our setup of the receiver and the powered speaker, we can add on a Bluetooth device like our tablet here for a karaoke setup. So to do that, I'm going to want to link up my Bluetooth device to my speaker by going into the Bluetooth settings of my tablet, searching for the speaker, which is the BPA-10. So I'm going to look for that. And when you hear that sound, you'll know your devices are connected. Next, if you haven't done so already, you'll want to connect your receiver to the speaker by using the included 1/4" cable. Plug one end into the 1/4" input on the back of your speaker, then plug the other end into the 1/4" output on the back of your receiver. From here, you can raise the volume of your speaker, and you'll also want to raise the MP3 volume so that you hear everything coming from the tablet come out of the speaker as well. Then you can raise the volume for both microphones here on the receiver. If you're planning on just using one microphone, you can just raise the volume for one of your mics. Make sure that the frequencies set on microphone A and microphone B are the same for microphone A and microphone B on your receiver. And now if I talk into my microphone, check 1, 2, you should be able to hear my voice coming out of the speaker. And now that everything's all set, we can go to the YouTube app of our tablet, search for any karaoke version of a song, and start singing along while reading the lyrics on the screen and having the microphones and the music coming out of our speaker. Hey now, you're an all-star, get your game on, go play. Hey now, you're a rock star, get the show on, get paid. So another setup we can use with the receiver and our microphones is by setting them up with a mixer and 2 speakers. So we can set up our RWM-ICE to an expansive setup like our mixer and 2 of our speakers here. Now there's actually a couple different ways we can do this. One way is by using the included 1/4-inch cable. Plug one end into the 1/4-inch output on the back of the receiver, then plug the other end into one of the channels here on our mixer. For today, let's use channel 1. So first we'll want to make sure that the volume here on our powered speakers are set up. Next, on channel 1 of our mixer, we'll raise the gain knob and the level knob. Make sure that the volume knob for both microphones are set up, or if you're planning on just using one of your microphones, just raise one of the volume knobs. And now to hear everything coming through the mixer, we're gonna raise the main mix knob also. And now if I talk into my microphone, check 1, 2, you should be able to hear my voice coming out of the speakers. In case you have everything set up just like this, but you're still not hearing your microphones coming through, just make sure that the frequencies listed on the microphones matches to the frequencies for A and B on the receiver. Remember, you can change the frequency by using the set button to use the IR sync feature, or you could do it manually by using the up and down buttons right next to the volume knobs for both mics. So this is the easiest way to set up our receiver to the mixer, since we're using a mix between microphone A and B to set up to one channel on our mixer, which is a good way to save some room on our mixer for other microphones or instruments. But in case you wanted to have more control over your microphones, you can set up your receiver to 2 separate channels here on our mixer. So to do that, I'm going to need 2 XLR cables for each microphone. I'm going to take the female ends of both cables and plug them into the balance out A and balance out B ports on the back of my receiver. Then I can plug the other ends into 2 separate channels on my mixer. So for today, I'll use channel 1 and channel 2. So for this setup, I'll raise the gain and level knobs for both channels 1 and 2. Make sure that the volume is set for my speakers and for both microphones here on my receiver. Then to hear everything coming out of the speakers, I'm going to want to raise the main mix knob on my mixer. And now if I talk into my microphone, check 1, 2, you'll hear my voice coming out of the speakers. So again, this just gives us some more options as far as the sound goes for each microphone. So if we wanted to use the EQ of our mixer only with microphone A, we can use channel 1 to affect the sound of microphone A, and then we can use channel 2 to affect the sound of microphone B. Now another karaoke setup we can use with the RWM-ICE is with our mixer setup here. So to do that, we're going to follow similar steps, except we're going to use the Bluetooth from our mixer to connect our tablet. So I'm going to activate the Bluetooth mode for our mixer. Next, I'm going to go into the Bluetooth settings here of my tablet and search for the device that reads Rock Mix 10 FX, which is our mixer, and then click on that to pair. You'll then see that our tablet is connected to our mixer. So for this setup here, we use the XLR outputs on the back of our receiver to set up each microphone to their own channel on our mixer for more control over the sound for each microphone. So for this setup, I'll want to raise the gain and level knobs for channels 1 and 2. Then I'll raise the volume knobs here on our receiver for microphones A and B. To hear everything coming through our mixer, I'll want to raise the main mix knob. And then we're going to use the Bluetooth knob here to control the volume of our Bluetooth device through the mixer. So now I can test my mic, check 1, 2. So that's good to go. And now from here, we can go into the YouTube app of our tablet, search for any karaoke version of a song, and start singing along while the lyrics show up here on our tablet. Hey now, you're an all-star, get your game on, go play. Hey now, you're a rock star, get the show on, get paid. All that glitters is gold. Only shooting stars break the mold. Yeah! So hopefully this showed you guys how easy it is to set up your RWM-ICE. But of course, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to reach out to our customer support team through phone or email. As always, I'm Perry from Rockville, and we'll see you guys next time.